like I'm on the ball today. I even felt exempted from the law today. It's like this revelation dawned on me. It's so amazing, helps support the cause. I get everyone involved. I feel like I'm on the ball today. I even felt exempted from the law today. It's like this revelation dawned on me. It's so amazing, helps support the cause.
Boom! Do you feel on the ball today?
Every day, every day. Happy Thursday, sir. For the second time, I get to see you today.
This is awesome, man. I like it. Yeah, great workout this morning. True testament to when you go on vacation and you sort of try and jump back into your routine, and then like day 3, you like go, wow, I really went off the rails.
Went off the rails a little bit. Yeah, I think, look, anytime you're on a cruise and you can swipe your card at will, you are more likely to make some decisions that you might regret later in the week. So I think, but having a routine is good to come back to, and having one that we know that works makes it easy to fall back into the routine and get back.
Really fantastic. Really fantastic. Episode 952. If it's your first one, right, which it might be opening night for you, you're sitting in the audience going,
where the hell you been? Where you been? Where the hell they been?
What are you saying?
I said, where they been?
Okay. The 952, right? First time, Steve Noodleberg. This is the Noodleberg Daily Huddle. That is Jake Noodleberg. Jake, who the hell are you?
I am the director of success at On the Ball, and at the bottom is always Shea Money chiming in, which pisses the host off sometimes, I guess, as you can see. But it is a Thursday morning, and we're ready to roll. I know we got some good content today. We're going to be talking about old school versus new school, which I think is fantastic because
Great.
I think everybody is talking about it, the different levels of the workforce. Thank you, Melissa Graves. I have updated my hat collection, so I'm going to have new hats pretty much every day. So keeping it fresh. Les Gusky has gotten on the ball. He got 2 workouts in, so good to see him here.
Wow, he's 2 in already. Still breathing in.
2 in. Yeah, no, he's still alive, still kicking. And I think he's coming back next week, hopefully. Hopefully he doesn't get rid of me yet.
Hey, Les, here's the thing. It never gets easier.
That's not true. That's simply not true. That is simply not true. If you don't take care of your body and you do everything wrong outside, then it never gets easier. But it's a weird time. There's no sports really. I know there's baseball. Part of the Gators lost last night after winning, earlier in the day, and now you have Tennessee versus Texas A&M, which I will not be watching. Shay, are the Marlins any good, or are they still terrible?
No, they are terrible. Not even floundering. They're just
we are edging closer. We are edging closer to the point of the year where we have nothing, and we wait for football season, which will be here in August.
So it is first day of summer. They call it summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year.
May is the first day of summer, huh? You wouldn't know that by the weather.
I wouldn't know that, right. Especially living here, but it is officially the first day of summer. It is the longest day of the year. So make it worth your while. Do something great.
I saw a graphic that we are actually colder or cooler in Florida than the Northeast right now.
Chicago, hotter, all the way across to the Northeast.
Everywhere else, and will only be 88 here, which is crazy. And then if you follow the news, I guess in London, they had a heat wave and everybody was making a big deal about how hot it was in England. And it was like 82 degrees or something along those lines. So, could always be worse, I guess.
Got a boy, Les Gusky coming back, being strong. So, we always have interesting little tidbits and stuff that we can kick the show off with. Next week, you embark on a 2-week journey. Where is it again? Give me the cities.
I'm going to London, Italy, Greece, and Croatia for 2 weeks. So.
Wow. So, and as you said this morning, you'll be living on the beach and relaxing as you deserve, no doubt. But one of the things, and I'm actually doing the same thing. I'll be in Aspen for a while. Then I'll be I'm heading to Europe as well. One of the things that happens on when you fly is the armrest battle. There is legitimately an armrest battle. Like, who gets it? Now, when you travel with us, and you said this when you guys went recently, you traveled to some speaking gig, I forget where it was, in Savannah. When you flew, you sat in the middle. So you get boned on both sides.
Which I 100% subscribe to the thinking that if you're on the window, you lean against the window. And if you're on the aisle, you should lean more to the aisle and give the middle some space,
So there's etiquette.
I would think so. Look, I try to do as others as I would like done to me. I think it's a good way to live life.
But you always get that person that is in the elbow battle with you. You can tell they're sitting there like really stiff, like not giving up their ground, correct? I mean, this is a common occurrence.
Yes.
Okay. So knowing that, and in the world of innovation that we live in, I bring you Soragami. So what is Soragami? I can't even believe this. Solves the problem of fighting for armrests. A folding device that doubles the area of an armrest, clipping onto the seat, such as an airplane, bus, movie theater, to give users on either side their own space. It's also known as a portable armrest extender.
Listen. If somebody puts that down next to me, I'm probably going to fight them on the spot. I'm not just like, I don't know. That's too much. We need to figure out a way to like work with each other to have a better system than putting that down. But yeah, no, I love the innovation, and I think
it works, It totally works.
Are you going to sit down and put that down? Like, is it a race to the seat? Is that an incentivize paying to get on the plane first so that you can stick your Soragami down?
I think it's all in the presentation. When you say to the person next to you, hey, I got this really cool thing that'll both give us our space, they should embrace that. It's like it's a peace pipe. It's an offering.
Peace pipe, huh?
I don't know if Helen would approve you whipping that out and putting it down.
Whipping it out.
I don't know.
So incredible. Shay, wake this thing up because we have a great conversation about old school. And then I'm going to ask you about a term that I learned called pebbling. Let's go. Wake up, everybody. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Wake up. Come on. Wake up, everybody. Teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen what you have to say. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in there. No more about to thinking. Time for thinking ahead. Come on. So you and I have this conversation, and it's ongoing, a connection to old school. And old school for some.
Sorry, not to cut you off. Do we want to do the affirmation?
Oh, sorry. Ooh, look at me. Look at me. I forgot about our affirmation. Thank you. Shay, give me the affirmation, please. Jake, do the honors.
Cool. Allow people to be who they are. Do not force connection, nor take on their confusion and uncertainty when it comes to you. Find your core people, your soul people, and hold them close. What's for you will flow like the waters. Be at ease and focus on what aligns.
Now, wouldn't you say that that's the perfect biz dev strategy?
But did we not just talk about that this morning?
Yeah.
I think in our workout, we were talking about somebody who has pissed us off, doing something, and I said, I removed them from my life.
Yeah.
And I think I'm so fascinated about when you quit trying to force something, in a square peg into a round hole. Like, it opens up the possibilities to welcome other people in and give other people the opportunity. And you're on the lookout for other people who make you feel good, who energize you, who make you want to do things with them. And when you hang out with them, it's so much more impactful than trying to just continuously hang with people. And I think we get stuck in it. It's hard. Like, I don't think that's it's not an easy activity to make new friends. As we get older, I think for men, it's increasingly harder to make new male friends as you get older. And so we normally get stuck in hanging with people who we've outgrown or they've outgrown us. And it creates this turmoil, which doesn't lead to what friendship should be and relationship should be.
So what a great conversation, because I think it's much easier today than it was years ago to make new friends. And the definition of friends is people that you have stuff in common with. I think it's easier. I thought in order to kick this conversation off, we should go to old school music. Give me Eric Clapton. So that song's 50 years old.
Is it really?
50 years old. Incredible. Great music standing the test of time, which is the point of the conversation I have with you. There are certain fundamental principles that stand the test of time. I've outlined 5 of them. There could be more, but I want to dig into this conversation with you, who is the new generation, but has a real good grasp of old school values.
So you want me to kick it off with the 5 of them? Start with the first one? How do you want me to do
with
this?
the first one.
All right. Old school values that are worth preserving include, number 1, respect. And so it goes on to talk about respect for elders, authority figures. I think it's changed. I think it's so different because now you have such a younger generation reaching such levels of success, so much younger than I think it's ever happened before. Right. And you have 20-year-olds who are starting companies like me and Mark, had the meetings, forget the name of their company. But they're 20. They're younger than me and Mark by
me, right? Isn't it?
Right. Like they're younger than me, so I don't know that authority is really an age thing anymore. Like I think the respect for authority is something that has to get earned. And I think it's interesting. Like I'm going to challenge some of these that authority doesn't just come because you're the boss.
I agree, but fundamentally,
right,
like you said, and this is where it's a fundamental old school value.
I think the leader, right?
I think respect is always earned. Right. I don't respect people just because, but as a value point, I would say this about people that worked for me. I was like, listen, you don't need to love me. You need to respect me. And then we can work. So respect is earned. And I think it's one of those values that gets lost in translation.
Right. And I just, because I think we deal with companies that have, different generations involved. And it was always like, well, I just respected him because he was the leader. I had to. And that doesn't really exist anymore.
Doesn't fly anymore.
It's not enough. It's not enough that, well, he's been here for the longest, so I have to respect him. No. You have to earn that consistently by building trust both ways, and building that relationship. And so I think it's just cool, like that you have to work harder. It is a people place where it's not just given, but there has to be some level of respect to keep harmony, to keep the boat going forward. Like, look, we just talked about it, or we just met with the captain of our cruise ship, right? Yep. And there was a level of respect of which they talked about the captain. And they said he's not even here. They said he's not even here. But we have a respect for what he's doing off the ship and the time that he needs to sleep. And so we hold the standard. So we show respect to him at all times. So I thought it was really cool that it was a level of command and the respect existed between them.
Love it. Number 2.
Courtesy, having good manners creates more pleasant environment for everyone. I think manners have gone completely completely like, I remember Mark like hitting me in the back of the head every time I didn't say thank you. Remember, yo, like would literally hit me and be like, yo, what do you say? And now I watch me do it with Kai, and that expectation of saying thank you. Of like, I went to dinner, or I went to lunch with one of my buddy's dad, and I like sent him a text and was like, hey man, thank you again for lunch. And he was like, yeah, it's not needed. Like, you don't need to say thank you multiple times. I go, it's just how I was raised.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Right. That's just how I was raised, was to show the courtesy of you paying and trying to pay as a courtesy, of trying to take care of somebody. And so I think it becomes almost like an expectation, which is never good. I think expectations are never good when you never reinforce them.
I am and this is old school, I hold the door open for people, not just women.
Yeah.
I hold the door open. I open the car door. I smile. That's just being courteous, man. It's like, and people walk right by me. Don't say thank you. Don't do anything. Boom. I'll go, oh, thanks. Just
realize that like nobody does it. And I love when we hang out with Grandpa, and I hang out with some of my older clients, where they say good morning to everybody. They smile.
It's a respect.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Right. It's part of respect.
Right. Right. And so you watch them and you watch how they operate and how good it makes both people feel. And then the younger generations get in elevators, don't say a word, don't talk to people, don't look each other in the eyes. Hey, I'm on my phone. I'm doing this, and this. And so we're limiting the human interaction, which actually makes us feel better. So yeah, we're losing sight of some of that, which is sad.
I mean, when you and I saw each other at Whole Foods the other day, the lady that was checking us out was incredibly engaging. Right. She was smiling. She got a kick out of.
Want me to take a picture of you guys? Like,
right. And so when I paid, I gave her a $5 bill, and she looked at me. She goes, "Oh, no. And I go, "Oh, yeah. Keep doing what you're doing. Please, love it." She was like overwhelmed, paying it forward. That's just to me is
it just feels good to just show it to other people.
Number 3.
Responsibility. Taking responsibility for one's actions and not blaming others is a mature value that allows for personal growth and accountability. This is hard. This is an old school value that I don't know that this is an old school value. I don't know that your generation did the best job of that. Like, I don't know, seriously, of raising people and stuff like that. Like, I think that was somewhat of a newer school value of like, hey, like everyone's got to take responsibility for their role in it, for what they said, for what they did. And that's something where now, even with social media, you're able to say so many different things behind a wall and not deal with the consequences of that and stuff like that. And so I think that's one that we are all working on, of owning our behavior, owning what we did to somebody else, what we said made somebody else feel, having empathy in a world where there's so many different walks of life now, and so many different people are getting offended, that we have to take the extra step of taking the responsibility to understand how other people feel and what we say means and the things that we do. So I think that's one that kind of falls on both of them.
I agree, but and Mark talks about this all the time. I just had this happen with a client where something happened and they said it was their fault and apologized for it. And I said, I don't want you to apologize. I want you to take responsibility. It's not your fault. I like the way you handled it. There were other people involved who are saying that you should have handled it differently. I don't agree. But it's your responsibility at the end of the day as the leader. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility.
I always prefer the kind of my bad, not I'm sorry. Like, you didn't do it on purpose, or I hope you didn't maliciously do it. Like, that's a sorry act of like, I did that purposely, and most of the things should not be done purposely. Number 4, kindness, which I think falls in line with a little bit of, right? Like, just being kind to people and being less mean in a world where it's pretty mean. But I think the last one is really important, and we can
probably the best one of all.
Talk about it at nauseation. And hard work is the last one. And I was talking to my client or one of my clients who runs a construction firm, and he was talking about how his old guys used to go above and beyond, right? And he was telling me the story about he's asking for a quote from one of these younger guys, and he goes, "When can I expect the quote back?" And the guy goes, "Tuesday." And he goes, "I'm going to give you till Thursday. I don't really need it that fast. I'll have it ready for me Thursday." Goes back to the guy on Thursday, doesn't have the quote ready, right? And so me immediately, like in my head, I go, okay, if somebody would ask me when I was going to get them something, and I said Tuesday, and they came back to me and said Thursday, I would probably do my best to get it to them on Tuesday, right? Like I said that. And so that is an easy opportunity for me to go, hey, I had kind of said this originally. I know you didn't want it till Thursday. You have a couple days, extra days to look it over and get back to me, but nobody operates that way anymore. They just kind of want to do their job and don't go above and beyond. And they only want to do what's written on the paper and go home and clock in the 9 to 5. And it doesn't lead you to a wealth of success, in my opinion. There's no way, like, unless you get lucky along the way, I guess.
So it's interesting because if you started with hard work,
Right.
Respect and responsibility fall right in underneath hard work. Like this, nobody said it was going to be easy, but you're not there to just do the job.
Yeah.
Working with the CEO yesterday who's talking about her team had worked really hard and she wants to give them all these extras. And I go, you got to be careful because they're there to do the work. I mean, you can't over incentivize people just for doing what they're supposed to do. So it's a fine line.
I love what it says. It says, don't allow others to sway your work.
Right.
And I think that's so important, because the harder you work, the more you're going to make people self-conscious about the work that they're doing and see that they're not working as hard as you. You see it in working out all the time. Oh, wow, he's working out harder than me. It makes, or wow, look, they're going above and beyond. Why are they staying an extra hour? And normally if somebody cares at all, they see other people doing that and it makes them wonder why they aren't, And so normally when people feel attacked, they attack others, right? And so they're like, oh, why are you working so hard? Why aren't you partying? Why aren't you doing, like, I remember in college, they were like, well, why don't you just take a week off? And I go, how do I take a week off against LSU? I don't, what does that even mean? Sure. I'll be there, and so you can't allow what you want to do to be successful. You can't allow others to sway that or any other depiction of what the work is supposed to be. You have to know that it's going to lead you somewhere where others don't. And that's the point of it.
So I've been, the whole time I always say success leaves clues. Mm-hmm. So this stuff that I learned from my grandfather and I learned from my dad that I still do and instilled in you, it's just being committed to a process, a way, all the things that we talk about go into being successful. Like you said at the top of the show, with what you eat affects the way you act and affects the way you think. And, it's so if you're willing to take a look at it, but the summation of all of this is that old school thinking remains the same. It's just new tools that allow us to do it quicker, faster. And so all of the stuff, you roll this into the tools that are available. It's just an amazing time to be alive.
Yeah, I think it with the tools, it allows us to use old school fundamentals so much more efficiently and get to the end result so much more efficiently. And you don't have to work per se harder. You have to work smarter now because of all the tools. And if you aren't at least trying to work smarter, you're probably going to get passed by, because efficiency is the name of the game. And yeah, great show.
Episode 952 in the can. Thank you for that. We were going to talk about pebbling. I'll kick that. The pebble down the road to Monday. Tomorrow I get Huddler in the hot seat. One of my oldest and dearest friends, Barry Cates. He's the president at Innovative Group. He is he's a family friend. He's a guy that I know for longer than just about anybody in the marketplace. I've had some amazing times with him, as you and Mark have as well. So he will be a great guest. I'm really excited. Please join in. He now lives in Charleston, South Carolina. So it'll be great to see him and spend time. For the rest of you, enjoy the long day. Tomorrow we got other nuts.
If you are looking for ways to modernize your process, sign up for our free training. gives you the roadmap on how to be successful. Sign up for our newsletter, sign up for our blog. We're giving a million things away. Join us in the huddle. If you aren't trying, you won't get better. And so let's get down to business.
Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business.